I think one of the fundamental issues here is the belief that's often built into a risk management framework, that is that you can somehow predict the future. Because in a VUCA world, you can't predict the future. And therefore what becomes important is constant experimentation around the edge of what you do, so that you're learning how the environment's changing, and that's the most effective way to manage risk. To think that you can actually set out a plan that will tell you what's going to happen every day for the next 3 years, it just isn't going to happen. And so what you need to do is to find another way of engaging with all the change that's happening in the environment, and innovation, experimentation is the best way to do that. Oh, absolutely. So good innovation actually is one of the best ways of managing particularly strategic risk. Other risk as well, but particularly strategic risk, because it makes you aware that the environment is constantly changing. It engages you in that changing environment, and therefore you're more in tune with what's happening out there and able to move agilely to respond to the changes as you see them. There's a real role for values in this space, because one of the things that's important if you're using this innovative experimental approach to manage risk is knowing where the boundaries are. So what are the things that we just won't do? And the organisation's values should capture that. It's also important to be explicit about what's the size of loss that we might tolerate, and that could be a financial loss, that could be a reputational loss. And so we design our experiments in this ever-changing environment so that we're conscious of the values, the things that we will always do or will never do, and the potential loss in the experiments that we're running, and we're using that to shape a series of experiments that let us move forward in that ever-changing environment.